Hey there, fabulous listeners. Welcome to the Jennifer Kwapis podcast. Today, we'll start off strong and tackle life's biggest questions with a sprinkle of humor and a dash of wisdom. I'm your host, Jennifer Kwapis, and today we're diving headfirst into the roller coaster ride of finding your life's purpose. That's right. This isn't just another how to guide, it's a full blown purpose party. So, whether you're goal setting guru, dream chasing dynamo, or someone who's just trying to figure out why your houseplants keep dying, no judgment. This episode is for you. So, grab your favorite drink, get comfy, and get ready to laugh, learn, and maybe even have an aha moment or two. This is the maiden voyage. Please be gentle. I am by no means a professional podcaster. I have so much to learn. I anticipate that this show will grow with us all. So I ask you kindly, give it a few weeks, a few months. I honestly don't know the learning curve here. But if you can stick around for a while, we'll figure things out together. A little bit about me. I am 38 years old. I've been with my husband, Drew, for 13 years, been married for 13 years. We have two amazing kids. Our daughter, Brooke, is 10, and our son, Reed, is 8. I am a full-time working mama with a BA in business, and I work for a large corporation doing engineering operations, none of which will help me navigate this endeavor. JKP is going to be a weekly podcast. I intend to bring on some awesome guests and keep conversations and topics flowing. I also want to inspire, motivate, and challenge you to be present and real in the authentic you. I want you to feel like you showed up here and are able to take away tangible things to apply to your own life right away. If I could sum up what this podcast is going to be about, I would say it'll be empowerment, navigating life, health, well being, and motherhood. So if you're down to listen in on any of those topics, please do so. I plan to keep my episodes under 45 minutes because I know majority of my listeners will likely be women, and let's face it, we're busy. So let's start this podcast. Coming up on this episode, we're going to start off with a segment on the show I'm going to call Behind the Mic. If you're going to listen to me, you probably want to know a few things about me. So, for the first few episodes, I'm going to try to think of some interesting things to share. If anyone has any specific questions or things you want to hear me address, please put them in the show comments. I'd love to answer them. Next, we'll roll into and discuss pursuing your life's purpose. This seemed fitting as I embark on this new adventure of my own to encourage you all to go after the things that might be on your heart or mind and how you can get started. During the discussion, I will define purpose, talk about self-discovery, discuss overcoming your fears and doubts, address goal setting, and how to embrace change while also staying committed to this purpose. All right, jumping right in to Behind the Mic. What do I like to do for fun? Well, I absolutely love animals. I bought my first dog as soon as I moved out of my parents' house. A couple years later, I bought another dog, and they both, yes, lived away at college with me. The first dog was a yellow lab named Mason, and he was cool as hell. The second dog was a tiny Yorkie named Griffin, and he for sure thought he was the same size as my lab. He actually was, in fact, the head of the pack. Both dogs graduated from college with Drew and I, and yes, Drew and I lived together through college with our two dogs in our apartment before we were married. They were our babies before we had babies, and they went everywhere with us. We were able to buy them a home with a backyard and give them two human siblings. They both lived long lives and will be a part of us forever. About a year after we lost Mason, I was wanting another dog. I knew Griffin was pretty old and on borrowed time. And after talking with Drew about getting a new puppy, he was actually the one who had brought up Springer Spaniels. I wasn't very familiar with them, so I did some research, found a breeder, and fell in love with one of her puppies. Long story short, we now own 3 Springers, and I have bred 4 litters of Springer pups. COVID was the perfect storm. I owned a male and a female. They both were not fixed, and I was working from home full time. I begged my husband for some time, and he was supportive, but this was definitely an endeavor I was taking on my own. It was an amazing experience for all of us. By the time we had the fourth litter, my daughter was delivering the puppies, and both kids were helping care for them. We raised the puppies in our home and loved every single one as if they were our own. Sending them off to their new families was always tough, but luckily we had many friends and family that ended up taking our puppies. So we still see a lot of them often. In addition to loving animals, I also love the outdoors. Drew and I loved camping when we were dating and in our early years of marriage. When Brooke was 2, we decided to buy our first camper. I was 6 months pregnant with Reed, but regardless, we packed up and started our journeys and have been enjoying our trips together ever since. As a family, it was the best decision we ever made. Our kids absolutely love it and have grown to love the outdoors as much as Drew and I. We have been so many places and done so many fun things together already. It was tough when they were little to pack everything up that they could possibly need to do all the activities that we wanted to do on these long weekend trips. And I mean, we were biking, hiking, going to the beach, exploring new towns, fishing, canoeing, you name it. We did it all, even with young kids. I truly think it has molded them into such awesome kids today because they were used to being out of the comforts of home. They're able to adapt so easily to their surroundings. Traveling with them now is like traveling with their little besties most of the time. All right. So, next question, why a podcast? Which is fair. And honestly, I probably have no business doing a podcast, but truth is, listening to podcasts have helped me get through some shit. And I have been through my fair amount of shit. I figured I could talk about and share my journey and experiences and also bring in some awesome guests to discuss topics like health, fitness, finance, travel, motherhood. And if they'd help someone out or at least provide some degree of entertainment, then why not? I've never been one to think about something and not follow through. So once I get my mind set on something, I'm pretty much going to pursue it. It seems like the older I get, the more bold these endeavors are becoming. However, so that'll roll me into the next question, which really wasn't a question, but I figured I'd talk about it. What trials have I been through? Um, and without getting too heavy, since it's the first episode, I'll skim over a few things at a high level for now, and then I'm sure we'll get into a more on later episodes. But I am a product of a teen pregnancy. My parents decided to get married before I was born, but things did not work out. From an early age, I was the product of divorce and joint custody. By the age of 4 or 5, my biological dad had exited my life. And when I say exited, I mean I had no warning. He left, never sent a card, never had a phone call, nothing. He was just simply gone. Around the age of 10, he reappeared, and the court forced me to have a visitation with him. And at 10, this was a very confusing idea to navigate. And our encounter was more than awkward. My stepfather had by this time already been in my life for 6 years. He and my mom had just had my little brother. And in the end, Tony, my stepdad, did end up adopting me. In 2012, my mother, who was my everything, we were inseparable. We found out she had breast cancer. And after a daunting 3 year battle, she was taken from me at the young age of 47. I was a new mother of my own. I had no idea how to navigate life without her, let alone raising a baby. About 6 years ago, I found out I had 3 additional siblings from my biological father, 2 sisters and a brother. We have connected and embraced our relationship with one another, and it has been a huge positive in my life. So, whew, that was a little heavy, but at least you know some of the journeys I've navigated and can understand that I have some juicy topics to cover with you all. Let's move into some fun facts about me. I am barely 5 feet tall. I love food. Tacos are near and dear to my heart. Really, anything I can put sour cream on makes it to the top of my list. My go to cocktail is silver tequila with water and a splash of pineapple juice. Growing up, I loved dancing. I took many dance classes, made my parents endure many recitals and dance competitions, and was the captain of my varsity dance team. Go Anchor Bay. We competed at nationals and Disney World every year, and it was some of my very best memories that I have. I'm still friends with most of my friends from middle school and high school. Amanda is my best friend from sixth grade, and I couldn't imagine living life without her. We all live back in the small town we grew up in, and our children are attending the schools that we attended. So that is one of life's biggest blessings that I could have. I also have some wonderful neighbors who are really more family than anything. Um, so I think I would say if someone asked me what my superpower was, I would definitely say that I attract the most amazing humans into my life. It's been such a gift because, as I've explained, life can be tough and cruel, but having wonderful people by your side makes everything more enjoyable. I've got a little secret to share with you that's going to make your life much easier. Have you ever found yourself juggling a million things at once and thought, I wish I could clone myself? Well, I have found the next best thing, and that's Instacart. Instacart is your personal grocery shopping hero. Whether you're a busy mom like me, or a career driven go getter, or just someone who values their time, Instacart has got your back. With just a few clicks, you can have your groceries delivered straight to your door in as little as an hour. Say goodbye to long lines, crowded stores, and hello to more me time. Imagine this: you're chilling at home, maybe listening to the Jennifer Kwapis podcast, and your groceries magically appear on your doorstep. Fresh produce, pantry staples, and even those last minute ingredients for dinner. It's all taken care of. Plus, they partner with your favorite local stores, so you're always getting the best options. Ready to simplify your life? Head over to instacart.com or download the app and use promo code JQuapis, that's JKWAPIS 18 F1D9 for a special discount on your first order. Trust me, once you try Instacart, you'll wonder how you ever lived without it. All right, so back to our show. I just want to take a moment and say I'm not exactly sure what brought you here today. Maybe you were curious. Maybe the name popped into your content and spiked some interest. Or maybe you're just wondering what the heck I'm up to. But here is what I truly believe: you are here right now for a reason. And that reason might look different for each one of us. Maybe you have a dream or a goal to chase, and you're looking to get after it. Maybe you're going through a tough time. Maybe you're stuck in an office at work looking for a way out of the corporate world, or even just a way to make it through your day. Maybe you need a friend. Maybe you're hanging on by a thread and feeling overwhelmed. But what is incredible is that we are here today together. I am so excited to be able to lead you through what we are going to talk about, and that is pursuing your life's purpose. I truly believe that our Creator has put you on this earth for a purpose. And as I get older, I get this gut wrenching feeling that many of us aren't who God created us to be. I think there is so much untapped potential inside of people who are too afraid to take a chance on themselves, or frankly, they're too tired to try because they're bogged down by the expectations of others. How many people have a business plan in mind that never sees the light of day? How many charities never get started? How many products could be developed that we'd all be obsessed with? How many people ignore those what ifs, those purposes aching inside of them that could change their lives, their families' lives, or the lives of others if they gave it some real consideration? That what if might not be a business plan. Maybe it's singing at your local church, or volunteering at a women's shelter, or taking the dance class, planting the garden, or breeding sweet puppies. Maybe you're feeling stuck, unfulfilled, or just seeking more meaning in your life. Maybe you've never even given this topic any consideration at all. Either way, today we're going to explore the journey of discovering and pursuing your life's true purpose. I am sorry, of course, right when I want to start this podcast, I come down with a head cold, but The show must go on. So if I sound a little congested, it's because I am. All right, back to topic. Defining your purpose. Let's start by defining what we mean by purpose. Your purpose is the unique combination of your passions, talents, and values that drive you to make meaningful impact on the world. It's not just about what you do, but why you do it. Understanding your purpose can bring clarity and direction to your life, fueling your motivation and resilience. Your why is just as important as your purpose. But the bottom line here is it would be such a shame if the world was never given your gift, your purpose. Keep in mind that your purpose is totally a journey and not a destination. I'm 38 and still looking for and pursuing my purpose, but I tell you, I plan to leave no rock left unturned. Once I set my mind on something I want to do, I go after it. Spreading the amount of joy I did raising puppies that became family to so many people has been one of the most rewarding things I've done in my life. I've wanted to do this since I was a little girl. This was the first taste of pursuing a what if, and it's fueled my fire. Okay. All right, so rolling from purpose to self discovery. If you're listening to this and you're like, okay, I have no freaking clue what my purpose would be, I don't have a burning desire, I'm here to tell you, you most definitely do. Finding your purpose often begins with self discovery. So take time to reflect on what truly matters to you. Ask yourself questions like, what are you passionate about? What activities make you lose track of time? What are your core values? Journaling, meditating, and talking to trusted friends or mentors can help you uncover insights about yourself. And remember, as I said, discovering your purpose is a journey, not a destination. The answers to the questions I just mentioned can change over time or with experience. I absolutely loved breeding pups, but found that it was not conducive with the lifestyle I wanted to have with my family. I was missing out on activities, trips up north, skiing, going riding, because I couldn't leave the house while I had a litter of puppies. While I gained so much joy, I was losing time and opportunities to make great memories with my family. It was time to reevaluate and pursue a new purpose. So let's move into overcoming those fears and doubts that you have about pursuing this. Once you have an idea of your purpose, the next step is to overcome fear and doubt. It's natural to feel uncertain or afraid when stepping into new territory. Acknowledge these feelings, but don't let them hold you back. Embrace a growth mindset, viewing challenges as opportunities to learn and grow. Surround yourself with positive influences and remind yourself of strengths and past achievements. You probably have a million reasons why you can't do it. Not enough time. You have kids that come first. Financial barriers. Too old. The list will go on and on. I get it. I go through that list of excuses every time. But you need to ask yourself, what if that thing that's on your heart or mind is there for a reason? What if you're super successful? What if that thing helps someone? What if that thing gives you financial freedom? What if that thing creates the life you want for yourself and your family? Let me ask you a very tough question. How much of your life is made up of your own choices? And how much of your life is expectations of you? Whoa, I know that one might go off like a bomb in your head as you think about it more and more, but I want it to. I want you to let it sink in and then start unpacking it. Because as a woman, as mothers, there are so many expectations on us. The most basic expectation of being a woman is that we devote our lives to others, isn't it? Our ultimate goal is to make our spouse, our children, our extended family, our friends all happy and incorporated into our lives. And while that is all important and wonderful, we need to have goals and growth of our own too. Things we are working for to serve and fulfill our own lives. So let's start working on limiting expectations. And instead of spending all your time working on what others want or expect from you, start to incorporate what you want to accomplish. And that takes me into setting goals. With a clear sense of purpose, it's time to set actionable goals. Break down your larger purpose into smaller, achievable steps. You'll need to create a plan with specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time bound goals. This is known as SMART goals, SMART. This will help you stay focused and track your progress. Celebrate your successes along the way, no matter how small they are. This is very important. Please celebrate those successes. Goal setting is a huge topic, and I could spend so much time talking about it. But what I will say is once you set a goal, start writing it down. However, I want you to write it down as if you've already achieved it. Then write it down daily. I'm going to say that part again. Write down your goal as if you already achieved it, and then write it down daily. This allows you to begin to start manifesting the goal. Manifesting eliminates self-doubt because your brain will believe you've already done it. You will start to walk the walk and talk the talk, and your purpose will soon be your reality. Once we've set those goals, we're going to start embracing change because pursuing your purpose often requires embracing change. This might mean stepping out of your comfort zone, changing your career, letting go of old habits. Be open to new experiences and willing to adapt. I know change can be daunting, but it's also a powerful catalyst for growth and transformation. And if you aren't growing, you aren't living. Once we've done those steps, we're going to stay committed. Stay committed to your purpose and remember it's a lifelong journey. There will be ups and downs, but persistence is key. Keep revisiting your goals and adjusting them as needed. Stay connected to your passions and values and seek support from others who share your vision. Remember, your purpose is not a fixed point, but an evolving path. All right. I know that was a lot, but I hoped it sparked a little fire inside of you. And just to kind of go back and recap, we defined purpose as the unique combination of your passions, talents, and values that drive you to make meaningful impact on the world. Do some self-discovery. Find out what you're passionate about, what talents you possess, and how they align with your values. Overcome your fears and doubts. You've got this. I'm here cheering you on. I believe in you, and the world needs your legacy. Set goals and manifest them. Journal your goals as if you've already made it happen, and practice positive self-talk. Next, embrace the change. The journey is going to require some change. Change is growth, and growth is living life. Stay committed. Don't back down and continue to just wonder what if. Life is short and you only get one shot to live it to the fullest. Be the person you want your children to be and go after what you want. Lead the way because the world needs your purpose. If you haven't joined our community on social media yet, please find me on Facebook under the Jennifer Kwapis podcast or on Instagram under Jennifer Kwapis, one word, _podcast. I'd love to hear the what ifs you're considering pursuing. You can also visit my website at jenniferkwapis.com. Be sure to sign up for my monthly emails, read my blog, or shop the links I've attached to my website with all my favorite things. If you haven't already, please follow the podcast on your favorite platform so you don't miss an episode. And if you can leave me a comment, tell me what you thought of today's discussion, it would mean a lot to me. Also, let me know what topics you want me to discuss on a future show. That's it. I made it. It was the first episode, and I appreciate you being here with me. Thank you for joining me on the Jennifer Kwapis podcast. I hope this discussion has inspired you to take the next steps toward discovering and pursuing your life's purpose. Remember, you have the power to create a meaningful and fulfilling life. Until next time, stay passionate and stay curious.